Okay. Okay, we are live.
Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the stream. Of course, it is February 7th, 2026, so this is a Saturday. It's been a long Saturday. Been able to get out, get some errands done, and do some things. So tonight we're just going to slow it down, listen to this webinar that was talking about the SEO and GEO on Wix for 2026 as promised earlier in the week. Of course, you can always follow me on all my platforms. And also, while we listen, I'm not going to lie, an hour is a long time, so I'll probably end up working on some other things in the background. But that's why it's the Wix webinar and co working. So hopefully, you all get to learn something new. I know I will learn something new about Wix and what their initiatives are for 2026. So let's go ahead and get this started. That's why the stream's starting like a good hour earlier than normal. So we have plenty of time.
Live and it's so good. I've been watching the chat and seeing everybody who's been anxiously anticipating this session. So thank you all for joining us. I see we've got people here from freezing Cleveland. Oh, please stay warm, everybody. And also someone from Switzerland, someone from Argentina. If you are in the chat, someone from South Africa. We're always so international here. If you're in the chat, drop your location, and we're glad that you're with us right now. We are going to be talking about all of the SEO and GEO and exciting things that are coming out and have recently rolled out, just in case you missed it, from the Wix and Wix Studio platform. I don't know if y'all have checked out the latest Wix Harmony release as well. So we're going to give you a little bit of a skinny on how do you do SEO there as well. And I'm joined by two incredible people today. So I'm being joined by Inat Hobian Siebold, who is our head of SEO product. And she's going to give us lots of information on that. And we're also joined by Aviv from Limi AI. And Aviv, say hello. He's one of the founders of one of our top apps for GEO optimization, generative engine optimization on Wix, and he's going to be sharing some of the things that they're doing there. So we're just letting everybody get in a little bit. I'm just going to wait till the numbers get up a little bit. One of the questions that I saw straight away was, "Will this be recorded?" Yes. This is a live stream on the Wix Studio YouTube channel, and you will be able to watch this again on the Wix Studio YouTube channel. You can also check your YouTube history to see it, and we will also have it on our on the same place where you registered for this webinar. We'll also send you out the deck, and we'll post that on the page as well. So we're just going to get started. Let's see as we go through here. 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab my whoop. Just a second. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get going here. All right, so we're just getting started, and we've introduced everyone. So I said I'm Crystal Carter. I'm head of AI search and SEO communications at Wix. We have Inat here, we have Aviv Shamni, and we have all of you wonderful people from Yellowknife, Canada. I've never heard of a place like that. Fantastic. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things. So we are going to talk about the sort of Wix approach to SEO and GEO in 2026, and also, to be fair, in 2025, 2024, and all of the other years that I've been here. We're going to talk about our top releases in 2025. We're going to talk about plans for 2026, and we'll take some Q&A. So keep your questions ready to roll. So I should also say, as we go through here, there might be some terms that you're not super familiar with, especially if you're new to Wix. If you've just signed up and you're new to Wix and you're starting your SEO journey, it's fine. This is recorded. You can come back to this as you go along. You can also go to the Wix SEO Hub, where we have the fantastic SEO course, and we have videos and resources for beginners. And we have lots of tools to help you there. And we will also talk about some GEO, some generative engine optimization, AI search terms as well. We will be alluding to some of those things in some of the articles that have been posted on the Wix AI Search Lab, the Wix Studio AI Search Lab. And again, if those terms are new to you, please also check out the AI Search Lab glossary. I built this glossary and was like, I want a glossary specifically for this. So we made this glossary for people who are new to some of these terms, so that you can get to grips with what's going on here, and get yourself up to speed. So if it's a little new, just hang in there with us. Take notes. You can come back to this whenever you want. You'll have the deck, and you can dive into some of the links later on. Okay, so GEO and Wix and SEO on Wix and Wix Studio. Essentially, the way that we approach this is that SEO on Wix and Wix Studio is essentially built on a couple of core principles. One is a strong technical foundation. We make sure that you've got a good server side rendering. You've got good sitemaps. You've got lots of good technical capabilities that are built into the framework, and we look after that and make sure that that works really well. We have customization and scalability built in as well. So while we have lots of defaults, we have SEO defaults that are built in. So for instance, if you make a blog page, we build in the structured data into that blog page, but we also have the ability for you to customize that. We also have tools for you to scale that up if you'd like to as well. And that's core to something that we always do. And we also, we try to be market leading with our integrations and our features. We have, Google Site Inspection in our tool. We've added features before other people have in terms of structured data and other elements. And it's something that's really, really important to us. So that's really key. And there are lots of different tools, and the tools that we have within the Wix and Wix Studio SEO tool set are designed to help you grow. And we've seen lots of people achieve good growth out of this. These are some of our top ones that are really important for that, and we've seen people do well out of that. So if you get involved, if you make it work, or if you work it, it'll work. So there we go. And I should also just say, I sometimes put this up if people want to know all of the tech stuff behind it. All of this stuff is built into your Wix and Wix Studio website. Got bot log reports, robots.txt, all of that sort of stuff.
I want to take a look at what stuff they're saying is built in to Wix, because she's talking about it, but something tells me they're not going to go in depth at everything in the slide. So what they said was all Wix and Wix Studio websites include world-class infrastructure. So that's server-side rendering, server-side caching, global CDN infrastructure. Do I know any of that means yet? Nope. Will I find out? Hey, Jen. And welcome. The desire to retire. I know that's right. They have automated and editable structure for data markup, canalization, XML sitemaps. That sounds great. Bulk optimization, 301 redirects. Okay, well, thank you for popping in and popping by, and I hope that you and the doggo enjoy the walk. There's an SEO setup checklist, bulk meta tags and syntax, product updates. I feel like that's usual. They say their tech SEO or search engine optimization stack is bot log reports. That's good. Robot.txt editors, SEO API for developers, robots and custom meta tags, SSL certification validation. I feel like that's bare minimum. Index Now, AI code assistant, and log file analysis. Okay. It says for analytics, they have AI visibility overview tool, automated tracking events, Wix analytics, site inspection tool, easy GA4 integration. I'll need to look into what GA4 is. I mean, hey, they're going to have all the trending stuff happening, and they'll put that on your social media, and then you'll get all. But be careful, because they might attract too many clients and then you'll be overbooked and exhausted. We don't want that either. It says that they have content optimization with image libraries and editing tools. Yeah, I've seen that. Mobile friendly. That depends on who's designing the website. You can make it seem mobile friendly, but it's not. URL customization, social sharing optimization, SEO of multilingual sites. Okay. They have integrated ChatGPT. I wonder which version they have there. Google Business Profile. Makes sense. Google Search Console data. Makes sense. It connects to Google and Ping, which I remember I used to be on Ping quite some time and then, or Bing quite some time ago, and then I kind of fell off using it. Site verification. SEMrush keyword. Oh, I'm like, why is it looking over there? Now, custom, I redid this layout, and can I move this? Yes, I can. Otherwise, it was over my head on TikTok. Let's see. Then they had Google Merchant Center, which makes sense. And then there's Asterisk with premium. Does that mean this whole slide is premium? We'll have to find out. Let's keep going.
Stuff. So if you're new and you're not sure, then check it all out. And one thing that's core to that is the SEO dashboard within the builder, and it has dynamic SEO recommendations. It also has Google Search Console data on clicks, impressions, and page queries. And new this year, it has geo prompt tracking and bot traffic, just that's available for you to enjoy and to help improve your website. This has been so effective that we were really pleased. They just announced it within the last few days. Wix has come in at 100 for the second time in a row, which is the only CMS that has done this worldwide, as having.
Okay, I know that she's making a big announcement, say we're third place, but I'm trying to see what the other competitors were for them on this. So they were number 1. Well, tied for first with Webflow, which is interesting. And then the rest of these are 92. I've heard of WordPress, I've heard of Shopify, I've heard of Squarespace. Jumia? Drupal, never heard of. PrestaShop, Duda, and 1C Bitrix. Okay, and now I'll let her finish announcing her big announcement. Probably shouldn't cut her off. Oh well.
A 100% Google Lighthouse score, and that's in 2024 and 2025, and no other CMS has done it in 2025 and 2024. And we're really pleased to see that. And I know Inat and her team have worked incredibly hard.
Okay, good job to Inat and her team. They did a fantastic job. I just wanted to see what their other score was. 2024 WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, Joma again, Drupal, Duda, 1C Bitrix, Weebly fell off the list from 2024 to 2025. That's interesting. Typo 3 CMS also dropped off, and Tistory dropped off. Wonder what happened to those companies. We'll do a deep dive later.
So thank you to Inat for all of that. And I wish I could take more credit, but I cannot. Yes, I bow to Inat's incredible ability there. So with all of that, let's talk about top releases in 2025. Wix ships so much stuff that you may very well have missed some of these really cool things, and it will help you in 2026 to get some great results. So let's talk about it. So the AI bot traffic reports, these are some of my favorite. And essentially, if you go into your SEO reports, which there are lots, and you should go into your SEO reports, you will find AI bot traffic over time and AI visits by page. And essentially, these mirror with some of these analytics that you may have seen in your dashboard, where it says like user queries on AI. That's essentially when somebody makes a question, asks a question on AI. It doesn't necessarily generate a response for your, it doesn't necessarily generate traffic to your website, but it does mean that the bot will crawl your website to try to understand what's going on. And you'll see this in this dashboard as well. And essentially what you can do with this is this report is really great because it goes back in time. So you can go back way to 2022 and you can see how ChatGPT has been visiting your site during the whole time. You can see whether or not, it was visiting not very much in one year and then went up the next year, and you can see all of that. You can compare lots of different bots as well. And you can export it for analysis. And normally, if you're using a different kind of platform, you might have to ask a developer to extract this for you. But at Wix, we've got this right here ready for you to do your bot log analysis to get in there and get some good insights. Here we've got another one, bot visits by page. This one's really useful for in terms of growth and in terms of optimization. If you're thinking,
I'm just curious because she said something about you could do this and not have to ask a developer to pull the information for you for generative engine optimization. Does Google Insights not offer, let's see, Google Insights EO stats? Because I would think if you have Google Analytics tools or Google Analytics GA4, so what they're probably doing is pulling the information from Google to present in front of their people to have it. That's what it seems like. Oh, and I see what she's saying. So it falls underneath the developer's title. Because it's even saying this information is coming from developers.google.com. Now, why the site is taking forever to load, I have no clue. I don't know if that's my internet or if that's their website. Hello? Well, it's loaded, but it's not right. Anyways. Yeah, so her point about a developer. I would say probably a data scientist or someone else could do it. And by the way, I need to change this background for this Chrome tab. I'm realizing it is green. I don't want to mess with green in 2027, but that's a sad point.
thinking about your GEO, one of the things that's great about this tool is it will tell you which pages it's going to. You can also see the response code for it. So, for instance, if you find that ChatGPT keeps going to a page that doesn't exist, you can say ChatGPT, like you can change, you can do a redirect. We'll talk about redirects a little bit later. You can do a redirect so that they're not going to a broken page; they're going to a new page. Eric's asked if I can slow down. I will try to slow down, Eric, for you. Yes, I talk fast naturally, so I will try to slow down. I'm just so excited. Okay. Um, okay. Someone says, can I say a little bit about robot text? Okay, so I mentioned robot text. We'll get to that in the questions. I'll answer that in the question. Okay, so that one's really awesome, and again, you can export that as well. And there's also the general bot traffic over time tool, which you can also see AI bots in it. So on this one, you can see that there's Claude, there's Meta AI, there's OpenAI, and you can compare it to Googlebot. So you can use all of those to give you lots of information, lots of information about how to improve your AI visibility. And another huge release came out this summer, and we were really excited about it, was the AI Visibility Overview. And in the AI Visibility Overview, you get a visibility score, which tells you how you are performing across ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Claude. And it will tell you whether or not your site's been mentioned in AI search and AI prompts and AI questions and AI responses. And it will also tell you, it will show you on the dashboard what it looks like. So here it will tell you whether or not ChatGPT has been crawling your website and when they last did it. It will also tell you, how many queries you were surfaced in, and then it will give you an overall score for that. You can see your competitors here. So for instance, you can see whether or not your competitors are also showing in AI, whether they're also being mentioned in AI. And you can also see which pages they're referencing which pages they're referencing. So for instance, in this one, this is Clay Cafe. They're referencing in all of the prompts that they're tracking. Clay Cafe was referenced 4 times. Reddit was referenced 1 time, and that's what that section tells you. You can also see your brand perception. So it will tell you whether or not there's a good sentiment.
We're going to go back one section here. Let me see if I can find the one I wanted to. This, I think, is going to be very pivotal for how you know your references are working when you're using your website. Because the thing is, it's not just searching and seeing, oh, AI scanned your information. I know everyone is scared of generative AI. This is where it hits on both ways. Because do I like the concept that AI generative stuff is creating things? No. Is it here and on certain search engines where no matter what, it's going to pop up? Yes. So, taking that into account though, I'm just looking and they're talking about Spin and Glaze, Kiln Whisper, and everything else. This to me sounds like it was some kind of pottery or clay person that might have an Etsy's page, or they may have something else where they're trying to sell pottery. I would think it's nice to know that my brand was mentioned on Reddit. I think it would be nice to know that Yelp gave a review of my pottery business and the location, and being able to say, yes, I've been there, and they even had wheelchair ramps for me to be able to roll up. Like, it can help with building the reputation of a small business owner. Or recently, I went to a Pilates place. I could see it showing Pilates as well. And you want to know, okay, well, why is my website at the top of the search? Is it geolocation? Is it just simply because I've been mentioned a lot on Reddit? I'm curious as to what were the 5 more sources, and also being able to sit there and see, well, who are my competitors? Because early on, I will say, even with my soap making business, I've told you all in the past, Royalty Soap was a competitor that I looked at because she was successful. Well, now you can also see too, well, what is Google saying is successful? I'm not saying to copy and become a clone of another website, but I could see where it could be helpful for not necessarily the first iteration of a website that's been built for a person, but for future websites that are being built for people to be able to see, okay, this brand is doing well. Why is this? Okay, they have 85%. Let's run this through the page thing. Okay, they're failing at this, this, and this. Does my website fail at this, this, and this? No. Okay, the other thing is marketing strategies, which you're not going to know someone's marketing strategy. I do have a Reddit story that will be coming up in the near future that talks about marketing and marketing behind the scenes. So that is coming up for you all to tune in on a Thursday. But let's get back to the video and what she was saying after she said to slow down, or people asked her to slow down.
Mentioned was referenced 1 time, and that's what that section tells you. You can also see your brand perception, so it will tell you whether or not there's a good sentiment or a bad sentiment and their general responses. And this is really useful. So someone asked, where is this? So when you go into your SEO area, you can see these questions here. If you click on the AI visibility score here, this will take you into the dashboard, and you'll be able to see it with more details. And yes, so we'll go into that. Okay, and with that, I'm going to jump into Leany AI. So Leany AI is, as I said, it's the top AI search app within the App Store. We're very, very lucky to have Aviv Shamni here to talk to us a little bit about it. One of the things that's great about Leany AI is it's free. But it also offers you some additional information. If you're really interested in geo, it's a great way to get into that. So, Aviv, are you able to get your screen up so you can share?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. And I will just
Nice
close this
to meet
chat.
everyone to see, and thanks everyone for joining and for the great Wix for hosting this great webinar today. It's really exciting. Let me just share my screen real quick and just kind of like give a little bit of an overview of the things that we do here at Limi and what you can see within our product that is of course is part of the Wix apps ecosystem, so you can really get some additional features and capabilities. So
I will say, just because I'm looking at the captions as we're doing this, because I turned it on for accessibility purposes. And I think what a lot of us creators don't do very well is go back and verify how the transcripts are presenting in our prior streams. Because I know I do it too. You look up my past few live streams, it will say Ashbury art, even though I'm saying Ashbury art. And I don't blame it. It's not the first time my last name has been seen as bury, like you're burying someone, versus berry, like the fruit. So it happens a lot, but we gotta do better. And I know I have to do better going back and trying to get the transcripts updated, because especially with this being a specialized thing with Lumi, first of all, the way that it sounds like it should be Lumy, but they're spelling Limy. And even in the transcript just a couple moments ago, I saw where it was spelled Limi. I could see someone attempting to do this that um well, there's a couple levels of people that everyone can use subtitles. The ones that come to mind the soonest for me, which that's not the word either, are people with attention deficit, and they're trying to figure out, oh, well, how do I spell that? People that do English as a second language. How do I spell that? And they're thinking they're spelling it right and they can't find it. I still remember dating myself in high school when YouTube came out. I kept spelling YouTube U as in the letter U, to the number 2, UBE. And I couldn't understand why everyone was into it, because the only thing that popped up was YouTube the band, instead of being YouTube the platform that we know now that we're ironically watching this webinar on. So just tiny things like that can make the biggest impact to someone's experience. I hope I'm not on their side to be able to tell, hey, Wix, you need to go back and update your transcript. But hopefully someone does go back and updates the transcript, because this is something where people use it. I actually don't know, does YouTube have SAP? And I know most people are like, what is SAP? So SAP is basically a program. I remember it back in the early 2000s. SAP. It was basically our first version of a screen reader. Actually, I should just say, does YouTube have a screen reader? Video. Visually impaired. I need to get better at this, because I used to be better where I could say, okay, my name is Ash, and today my hair is slicked back into a bun. It is straight. I'm wearing light blue headsets with a gray hoodie that says creativity in one hand and confidence in the other. It's a dark gray hoodie, and this like that's all a part of the accessibility. It says YouTube does not have a built-in AI tool that automatically narrates video scenes for visually impaired, but it supports screen readers such as TalkBack on Android and VoiceOver on iOS to navigate the interface. Okay. There's also YouDescribe, and there's other things. So that's just something that I was thinking about because, like, technically, you can always listen to this in a podcast form, but again, no one's describing, oh, well, Crystal is a woman with flowing black hair. She's in a room. She has red glasses, peach lipstick. She's wearing a turtleneck that is a gray color with a background that is white, and it has a neon light strip going through it, and it's purpley blue. Because not everyone's born without sight. Some people, it's later on in life that they lose their vision. For Etna or Inta, which now I realize that's who she was talking about earlier, but the way the subtitles put her name versus her name on screen, that is different. That's another reason why you probably should. I didn't see how it puts up the Avi's name, but I know hers was not the same. And her hair is long, dark brown, sleek. She has on black glasses. She has brown eyes, peach lips, defined eyebrows, with a gray shirt. And she's sitting in a Zoom meeting where it has a cozy living room area with the couch is cream, a window and piano. Actually, this might not be Oak's background. This may actually be her house. Meanwhile, Avi is sitting in an office area. He has his hair cut short, brown, has pronounced eyebrows as well. Not clean shaven face, but still has a little scrub. He's wearing a black shirt that says Lemieux, which is the product line that he's representing for Wix. That's black, and a white t-shirt underneath. And like I said, he's in the office, so I see a background with a white wall, clear glass, and there's different plants. Like I think there's a palm plant in the background. Just to give people an idea of the three people that are talking today during this program outside of myself.
So we're Limi. What we do is that we help you show up on AI search engines. We really want to make sure that at the end of the day, your businesses and brands are showing up where people are searching today, as the whole world is moving to ChatGPT. And the first thing I kind of like want to say here is that the main thing to understand today is that humans are not your audience, and today you're advocating and giving, marketing essentially to AI agents and AI bots that are essentially using your
Pause for the cause. I got thoughts. Hold on. I gotta rehear what he said.
and thanks everyone for joining and for the great Wix for hosting AI agents and AI bots that just really want to make sure that at the end of the day, your businesses and brands are showing up where people are searching today, as the whole world is moving to ChatGPT. And the first thing I kind of like want to say here is that the main thing to understand today is that humans are not your audience, and today you're advocating and giving, marketing essentially to AI agents and AI bots that are essentially using your data, using your website content, and putting it in front of your audience. So controlling what's up there and making sure that you're up there is becoming very crucial.
One more time, I want to hear that back before I make my final thoughts.
Limi, and what you can see within our product that is, of course, is part of the Wix apps ecosystem. So you can really, get some additional features and capabilities. So we're Limi. What we do is that we help you show up on AI search engines. We really want to make sure that at the end of the day, your businesses and brands are showing up where people are searching today, as the whole world is moving to ChatGPT. And the first thing I kind of like want to say here is that the main thing to understand today is that humans are not your audience, and today you're advocating and giving marketing essentially to AI agents and AI bots that are essentially using your data, using your website content, and putting it in front of your audience. So controlling what's up there and making sure that you're up there is becoming very crucial. Uh,
I have my thoughts now. I get what he's saying. He said people are not your audience anymore. AI is your audience. If people weren't looking for your stuff to begin with, then AI would not be your audience. You can't take a horse to water and make it drink. One. Two, you can't attract the AI bots if there wasn't a need for your product to solve a problem or a need for your services to resolve an issue. If someone did not need therapy, they wouldn't look for a therapist. No AI is going to tell them, you need to go to, I am not sponsored. BetterHelp is one of the ones that comes to my brain first. And I know that they're globally recognized. AI is not going to be AI is going to be a tool to get you from your room or wherever your servers are in front of your audience, potentially. And I don't think in the future, with the way that people are talking and the way that Google is, because everyone is doing trust but verify AI. So I don't fully agree with his statement. Again, AI is a tool to lead people to you that need a solution, and you're presenting that solution with your services and products. But AI is not our audience. AI does not, artificial intelligence is artificial. It does not actually exist. It is codes, it is numbers, it is binary. It does not have the emotion to say, oh, well, I tried this hair growth oil. I need reviews to see how well it went. It can go and retrieve the hair growth oil information and say, oh, well, we see that this one has a 4.5-star review. And these are what the customers say. It can find testimonials for you. What it's not going to do is take and work 40 hours a week or 50 hours or 60, depending on your hourly salary. If you're going to be a small business owner, it's not going to go and make the money for you and then purchase something with your money. It's going to help you to make informed decisions. I'm not upset with what he said. I just don't that's why we had to repeat it 3 times, because sometimes the first time I have an impression, the second time I'm confirming it, the third time is like, no, this is my thought on how it was said and what it was said. And maybe it's just a trip up, but learning language models are not human, thus they can't make the final decision. We're getting to a point where people are trying to use it to make a final decision, but at the end of the day, a human entity has to pull the trigger. I'm going to let him finish talking, though. I'm going to take myself off the soapbox and go back to listening and learning.
And as you know, for the more e-commerce brands here, or also for the brands that are for any blogs or things that are specific on niches and verticals, there's a lot of application layer on top of ChatGPT that you really want to be a part of as well, which you can also do through our Wix application and become a part of the conversation there. And if there's one thing that I want you to remember, is the fact that you can really that there's a new business model out there. Probably most of you are selling B2B, B2C, but there's a new business model called B2A, which is business to agents, really making sure that you're selling to these agents both your messaging, but also your terminology and capabilities in terms of
I was debating on if I would coming off mute or not. It's my live stream. I'm going to do it the way that I want to. B to A. I agree that is there. However, we still have to remember people are going to our websites for e-commerce. People are walking into your businesses to do exercises. People are who they need the products to be sold to. I like the terminology, I appreciate it. This is also where we're getting a couple of things happening in this world that I've been observing. In case y'all didn't know, part of my background is sociology major here. Hello. So now I'm getting to put my degree a little bit to work. Have I written a research paper in the past decade? Absolutely not, but I did in order to graduate college with a thesis. So, might go back. Probably not going back because money and capitalism. I digress. That's for a future me thing, but just more to know about me. Um, I was saying businesses, small sell products, AI agent. This is why on LinkedIn, my theory, my hypothesis, this is why every website looks cookie cutter. And also, whenever I go and listen, because for the past couple years I've been trying to become a researcher. I'm not going to say the other portion because that just makes it confusing. I've been trying to be basically a website researcher. And a lot of times people say, make sure that you're designing your portfolio, which is basically a summary of all your work that you've done on a website for someone to go to. It can also be a PDF file. That was rhetorical. A PDF to present to companies and business and everything else.
Really showing up there.
No, I'm not done talking yet, Avi. Thank you, though. Yes. So, with that, everyone is tired of seeing the same things, but no one can deviate because we're all focused on how do I show that I incorporated AI into my portfolio, into one of my projects? How can I show that I made this more efficient by using artificial intelligence? How did I do this? How do I get in front of customers? Or you end up seeing, all those spammy websites that you see. It's like, dang, there's 1,000 different companies that look like they all do the same thing and look very similar. I wonder what. They're most likely being created by AI. There is another Reddit story. It is about, it won't be this week. It's like 4 weeks out. Actually, I don't know if I saved that one. I might have just read it and moved on. But I was reading a Reddit story today where everyone says, hey, why does it feel like posting on LinkedIn is so difficult nowadays? A lot of people are saying it's because it's artificial intelligence that's being injected into LinkedIn. And because of all that stuff happening, it's making it hard to read. Unless it's a researcher, a content writer, or anything else, it's null void or it's repeated information, it's recycled information. Everyone wants the new, latest, greatest thing, but then everything ends up looking exactly the same because we're sitting here just letting AI keep everything the same instead of using it as a tool. Which this whole thing about B2A, because anyone can go onto LinkedIn and create a business page. You don't have to have very many credentials to validate that it's a valid business. Just saying. So, I'm going to let him get back to what he's saying, though. And hopefully not stop in 2 minutes. We'll see.
And just as Wix released this amazing ability to see your AI bot traffic, it's crucial and important because within...
Yeah, no, I'm stopping already. Chat, can you see the screen? Can you read? Like, the font you can read for this, for what's on there. You can read this. What is all... How do AI bots crawl index websites? This cannot be... the contrast is so low, it's hard to read. What is specific traffic? Contrast so low. I know that this is a presentation, so probably there's some place on there where you can modify it. But you're demonstrating already. You want to hide information from your audience for the tool you want to use. Okay, and I'm done.
Both our platform, but also through Wix's platform, you can see the amount of agents that are visiting your website, and that's important because agents are becoming a dominant part of of internet traffic. More than 60% is actually agents and bots that are visiting websites today, and being on these LLMs and being a part of the conversation is a very important and crucial.
In case he hasn't defined it yet, that's a language learning model. I feel like that's a term that he keeps throwing out there, but just so you know, it just means it's basically, hey, I'm taking this language, I'm learning from it, and developing a model. That's the best way to explain it.
Thing that you have to do today for your marketing stack, because there's a lot of missed revenue there, lost trust. There's missed opportunities that you can pick up on and make sure that your audience is seeing you right there. But also, I want to leave you with one thing, which would be the fact that within our platform, as much as you can see where you're showing up and what you're showing up on, but also get recommendations. We're also spotting the gaps for you and giving you the ability to see what are the opportunities that you can enhance your content, update blogs, what are the third-party sources like Reddit, Wikipedia, or any other sources that are primary in your industry that you can make optimizations on to make sure that you're showing up, but also essentially tying it to business metrics and really essentially identifying from any visit of an agent that comes and visit your sites, meaning that someone sees it on their ChatGPT, then essentially you converting them and really making sure that you can really see conversion and tying it to business metrics.
That's a great way to use it as a tool.
Optimization that you do, every blog that you upload that is now showing up on ChatGPT, how it translates into to your business metrics, showing up more, whether it's any e-commerce sales that you're doing, or even any conversion that you consider things like that are specific to filling out a form or contact us or book a demo, or any way that you see a conversion on your site and to measure it. So within our platform, you really have the ability to also see the recommendations, see the scale of how these with the gaps that you have within your website, and how to really give you a roadmap on how to fix it, but also tying it constantly to business metrics, and making sure that your businesses are thriving in this new era as people are moving to ChatGPT and Perplexity and Gemini, of course, and Claude and Grok. We support all of them and really helping you succeed in these areas and making sure.
I pray they are not really supportive of Grok. That's just my 2 cents.
Your business metrics are constantly being met and you're showing up and winning the market in your place. And that was kind of like just a quick brief of who we are and what we do. So I'll hand it back to the Wix team. And of course, happy to answer any questions on that. So I'll stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much. So just before we go on to the next session, I just added and there. If you look in the chat, you can see the link to the Leemy app in the app market. It's free, and it's really great. There's a lot of information there, and the recommendations are really useful. So do check it out. And thank you so much to Aviv for sharing those insights. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. So on to the next element. I had a few people ask me, are Wix and Wix Studio the same? They're not the same, but they've got some overlap and some things that will be useful. So so we talk about them differently where they're different. But mostly you should be able to.
I do want to say this is not the first time that issue has occurred. I remember when I joined the Wix Studio server, there were several people that were a part of a design challenge, and it happened for about 3 to 4 months straight, where they were trying to get people to join, and a lot of accidental, not saying that they shouldn't have been there, but it just came off really as, oh, oops, I joined the wrong thing, is what happened to quite a few. Sorry, y'all. Gotta readjust. This is a longer stream than normal, so I'm going to sit back a little bit. But it's not the first time that that question has been asked on Wix, because I think each time that I joined the group, because I thought, oh, I could sit here and multitask, and I could do this, and technical difficulties, just, yeah. There are a couple of times that I joined, and every time it was a flood of people who thought, oh, I'm getting in on the latest and greatest Wix thing, and they didn't realize that they were in Wix Studio, which is more for the designers and developers for building your website. They thought they were going into the templated stuff and getting additional information on how to update their content management system and everything else. So Wix, I feel like, is aware that this is a constant point of confusion. I just don't think that they know the best way to solve this issue, because they want one side of their business to be able to service people that want to run an agency, be a freelance web designer. But they also want the other side where people go and get the templates from the designers that they're bringing onto their platform. So we'll see as time persists. But I did just want to make that note of that being mentioned in the chat does not surprise me.
To manage manage most of the SEOs is the same, but we'll talk to you about how Harmony is a little bit different a little bit later. So one more thing that I wanted to chat about before I hand over to Inat is the Wix MCP. So Wix announced their MCP this year as well. If you're not familiar with MCP, essentially, some people describe it as like a USB for the agentic era. So essentially, what it does is it allows you to take a data source, which can be a local data source or a website API, and then you can connect it to your Wix, to your MCP server, which exists on Wix. And again, if this is super techy for you, don't freak out, because you don't have to. And then
this is super techy for me, and I'm in tech.
And with the MCP protocol, it allows you to sort of move information back and forth. So there's this article, which is on the Wix SEO Hub, talks about MCP for marketing, and there's 9 different ways you can use it. You can use it to automate email generation. You can use it to automate keyword research. You can use it to help you do lots of things. It can also help you connect to some of these like really exciting protocols that you hear about, like the A2A protocol and things like that. It's more advanced, but it can give you a lot.
I'm gonna ask one of my colleagues / buddies if this is available for Webflow as well, because this seems interesting. And I know Webflow does have Zapier stuff that could happen, and maybe you never know, maybe for next Saturday we might just do another webinar. Maybe these will just be webinar Saturdays going forward. Again, I'm still trying to piece together my schedule, but wouldn't be bad. It seems like Wix has a lot of teaching webinars, and they're pretty straightforward. Versus, I'm not talking bad about the other platforms. For web designers, though, we do have Figma. For researchers, we have Learners, UX Research Week, and then for Webflow, they have, or no, Figma is Config. Sorry, that was the wrong title. And for Webflow, we have Webflow Conference. And those are physical conferences in places, mainly in they're mainly in California, or they're in New York or Boston. So they do have physical places, and they do have a place to be, because it's where people can meet other people, network, socialize, and everything else. It's just that you're someone like myself where you're working from home a lot of times, and some people build it into their budgets of their business and their agencies to be able to do this traveling. I just don't currently have that space, and also I have other responsibilities. Not saying that they don't. I know there's people out there with responsibilities as well, but that's not something I'm looking to do in the next 5 years. But it's just a lot of information, a lot of data thrown at people. And I don't think that individuals realize webinars are great places for resources, but you have to be able to digest what's happening, which is why I am kind of glad that I did come on live stream. Now, this is my normal start time at 9 p.m. But coming on to this live stream and saying, hey, let's slow down and see what we can learn from this. I also know that we're 19 minutes in because I'm a chatterbox. So this may be a part 2 next Saturday. We'll have to see. Because I will need to be off by 9:30. And we got more than 30 minutes left. Hopefully it's Q&A at the end.
A lot of good opportunities. So if you're somebody who's interested in agentic features and agentic AI, the Wix MCP is there to help you. And with speaking of agents, I'm going to hand over to Ina, and she's going to talk to us about the AI marketing agent.
Thanks, Crystal. So one of the main things that we released in 2025 was the AI marketing agent. It's called Cleo. And the AI marketing agent helps you automate many tasks that you can do otherwise manually or separately across the dashboard. So it's kind of like your marketing manager. It does a lot of things for you. Um, we will talk about the SEO aspect of it, but it can create also paid ads campaigns, social share, or email marketing campaigns. Everything is based on the way we analyze your site. So in the terms of SEO, we analyze your site. We understand what your site is about. You will have a small setup that you can tell us more, give us more details about your site. We conduct the keyword research and we map your pages and the keywords and match what's.
I'm looking at what it's saying it does on the slide. So conduct keyword research. A-okay with that, because guess what? That's something quick, simple, and even with or without AI, I could see it taking like an hour, 2 hours, and AI will probably make it more efficient where it's only 5 minutes, or you can work on something else while it's pulling that information up for you. Create content plan. I think that's fantastic. Optimize site pages. Chat, I'm not sure. Because is it optimizing it for the profession or is it optimizing it for accessibility? We all know how I feel about accessibility. And the thing is, some people just don't know because that's not their responsibility to know what's accessible on their website. But if we're sitting here and, like, we'll say, if that black over the page was almost the same color as blue, is that going to pass AA contrast? Just as an example, if someone is got red green color blindness or blue yellow color blindness, can they read the stuff on the page? Who knows? Because AI will look into that. I just highly doubt there's a human aspect to it all, right? Because if you say my favorite color is blue, AI is going to try to optimize the page to be blue, but is it going to make sure that someone can read the blue page? That's my concern. Draft blog post for publishing. An optimized blog post. Now, optimizing keywords for blog post after you've written something, I can understand and I can see it. That sounds like a good concept. Drafting and creating what you want. I'll say this much. Last year, I used AI a lot to try to draft my business plan. It is good for reorganizing, restructuring your ideas, but they must be your ideas of your own. I do not like the concept of a blog that is an AI blog that drafts and creates stuff. Can it organize the data on the blog? Absolutely. If that's going to make the structure more readable for someone that has issues paying attention, absolutely. However, again, I stand with the writers. I know there are writers and AI artists that are out of jobs because AI is here. Writing is a skill. Art is a skill. You don't just learn it overnight. Some people are born with the gifts and talents to just randomly be able to pick up a pen and write the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Other people can pick up a brush and have enough of an idea of like, okay, I want to paint some Mickey Mouse things and do digital art. Or they might decide to lift their thing. But artificial intelligence shouldn't be creating things because there's No, just no. Okay, I'm going to let them keep talking.
The keywords to the relevant pages. We create a content plan for you, and you get recommendation for optimization of your site pages. We draft blog posts for you, and optimize blog posts. And all you have to do is really like just review and accept them. So, Crystal, if you can click next. This is how it will look like in the section of the SEO. You will see the recommendation that we have. Sometimes it's blog posts, sometimes it's optimization for your site pages. Click next. Cool. So this is the keyword research. You will see the keyword research. You will see what we found that is best for you based on the AI analysis that we did for you. You can see the keyword, the volume, the competition, but you can also edit it if you think that something is not accurate enough or you want to change. It's fully customizable, so you can change it the way you want to. And
Impulse personality thing. I know that says vegan candle. Who is buying a beef tallow candle? Who is buying a deer tallow candle? I just want to know.
the AI agent will adjust accordingly. This is, for example, how a blog post that we created will look like. You will see the blog post, you will see the schedule for when it's meant.
Okay, I did take something where it was like a little course on how to write newspaper stuff. So I just want to look over this. I know that's not the full thing, but I just want to read it. So choosing healthy pet products in New Washington. Choosing the right product for pets is not easy. I want to share what I learned about picking healthy pet foods in New Washington. This helps pets stay happy and well. It also makes shopping simple and safe. Why healthy pet products matter pets depends on us. Their health starts with what we buy. Pet, healthy pet products support growth, energy, and mood. Poor products can cause allergies, sickness, or worse. I look at products with natural ingredients, no fillers, or harmful characters. This means is why I say, please, please hire someone to write. If you need a writer, hire someone to write, or at least start off with the writing yourself. I am not going to lie to you. I take the audio and transcripts from these and I put them into AI to summarize points for me to have an outline to refresh my memory. And will I ask it to reorder it? Yes. But first of all, choosing the right products for your pet is not easy. We assume that's why you're writing the article. Why are you restating the facts? I want to share what I learned about picking help. Just go ahead and tell us. Like, the first significant thing that is said to me in this is poor products can cause allergy, sickness, or worse. That entices me as a reader, but it takes about 4 or 5 lines down before you actually get to that point. So artificial intelligence is just, I'm pretty sure it's filling it up with a whole bunch of filler words, but it's one of those things where people do not have the attention span. We can barely get people through 7-second videos on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or LinkedIn Reels, whatever those things are called. So yeah, why? Just why? That's all I had to say. Artificial intelligence for writing blogs based on this demo that they have, and I know in the presentation people did not, well, actually no, in live streams you can pause it and scroll back and rewind, so maybe someone did to read this, but no. Not that post, at least. This is not a good one to put in the presentation. It's too long, too lengthy, and this could have been, actually this would have been an email for them. It could have just been like 2 lines instead of 8.
And to be published, all you need to do is review it, and we do recommend that you will review it. because AI can make mistakes, of course. And you just need to approve, and the blog post will go live. You will get also an email notification that a blog post is waiting for your review, and you can go live with it.
Those parts, the reminder and everything else of like, hey, it's time to post a blog, those are good. Love a notification. Love that something can remind me and be tied to it and actually click the link onto it without having to manually do it, because having to sit here and set up a Notion, have a reminder and everything else can be, it's time intensive. So saving me time on that totally would do. Actually use it to write a blog, no.
Great. So this was Clio, the marketing agent. And another thing that we did this year is that we enabled the connection to Bing to be much more easier. In the past, you needed to paste an HTML code to your site. So now with a click, you can you can connect to Bing. You can do it through the SEO dashboard that Crystal showed you before. It's through the SEO assistant. And also in Wix Harmony, it's part of the setup process. Cool. So why?
Note to self, look up Wix Harmony later, because I haven't heard of that yet.
It's recommended to connect to Bing. Big audience is significant and serves over 3 billion visits. So we used to talk only about Google, but Bing is a massive part that we need to take into consideration. Microsoft Bing powers Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, and Ecosia, which are also things that is good to pay attention when we do SEO. And ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot use Bing as grounding for real-time searches. So if you're connected to Bing, the higher the chances that you will appear in searches in chats. So this is how it will look like. You can see it in the SEO and GEO dashboard or in Wix Harmony. There's a full section of connecting to search engine, and one of them is Bing. And there's also a nice article all about how you can connect to Bing and why you should do it and what you can do after you connect it to Bing with all the stats.
And yes, thanks to Anat for adding this to the Wix SEO Hub.
Okay. Another thing in the area of GEO, which is generative engine optimization, I saw in the chat that it's easy to be confused with GEO, like the geolocation. But when we speak today about GEO, it's generative engine optimization, which is kind of the SEO for LLMs. So one of the things that we do is we release the LLM TXT file. Like if you go to your domain /LLMs TXT, you will see this file. LLM-TXT is right now it's an emerging protocol for a file that actually summarizes your website, the key information into a concise, adjustable format for LLMs. Where LLMs can go over your site and understand what it's about, but LLM-TXT file suggests the content in a way that it's much more easy for LLMs to read the content. So it's kind of a summary.
This is a question I want to pose to my community out there, whether you're someone listening to this live stream or someone, I'm going to ask a couple of people that are designers and developers. Excuse me. Do you all design for people, or do you all design for learning language models? That's what I want to know. Might put a poll out.
Of your site, and it's evolving as we speak. Like whatever in the GEO area, everything is going very fast. So what we started is not what we will end with. So we will add also. It's very valuable for agentic grounding, for building agents for your website, for agent-to-agent communication, like we talked before. So this LLM file will contain everything that is related to this. You don't need to do anything. It's out of the box. Right now, it's open. It doesn't open to everyone. It's gradual rollout. And so, if you're an e-commerce site and your site is in English, you will be able to see this LLM TXT file. The way it will look like, you can reach it through the SEO and GEO dashboard. This is how it will look like. You can click on View File, and you will see the file itself. it looks like this. It's not for human, it's for bots. And if you don't want this LLM to be generated for some reason, then you can toggle off and opt out from this service. If the toggle is on, we will update it automatically. Every change that you do on your site, we will update the LLM TXT.
I should also say that for this one, it's very important that you have the custom domain. If you don't have a custom domain for your Wix site, because it is apparently possible to have a custom domain or to have a website without the like a premium website without the custom domain, but you need to have a custom domain as well. If that makes sense. Okay. Right.
Okay, and another small but very meaningful thing for multilingual sites is the redirect per language. Redirect in general are very important in SEO. If you change a page, you need to do a redirect in order to save everything that you did and not don't have 404 pages. So up until now, we had a redirect manager which you can create redirects for your page, but it wasn't approaching any languages. It was just one redirect for all the languages. So we introduced this year redirect per language. What it means is that you can create redirect per language, different redirect, and really manage your multilingual site and SEO. This is how it will look like. And you can choose like the language that you have on your site, create a redirect, see the redirects that you have, and also create from here manual redirects in each language.
I'm going to say this is actually a feature that I am super duper actually excited for, because some of the partnerships that I want to make in 2026 and 2027 is helping redesign foreign language websites, where some people may be coming there because they want to learn English as their next language, but also vice versa, where there are people that it's like, oh, well, I want to learn Korean, I want to learn Spanish and everything else. So being able to redirect and actually have a, we'll say Wix.com/ES for Spanish or for GR for German. That is going to be nice. And being able to have set up so that if someone wants to go on there and actually make it formally correct and not just, okay, let's Google Translate this whole website, they can check the grammar and the way that things are laid out so that it's in those different languages. So, see, I'm not all critiques. I am happy about some of the things. It's just I critique and I also want to make sure that we have a reality check, and this is a good reality check.
And another thing, I know we speak today about SEO and GEO, but something that is very related to this world is also the accessibility, which we're also in charge of. So I want to show you the accessibility wizard. It's a new accessibility wizard. If you've been with us for a while, then you know that we always had an accessibility wizard. But in 2025, we kind of rebuild it from scratch. Now it covers a lot more rules and more verticals, more page types, I will say. Okay, so the accessibility wizard scan all your site and find issues, accessibility issues. It is based on WCAG 2.2. WCAG is kind of the Bible of accessibility. It has all the rules and all the regulation that you need for your site. And you can see the result in two tabs. There's one automatically detected issues that you will see, and you can solve most of them right there from the panel, from the wizard. And there's the tab of manual task when it gives you like recommendation of things that cannot be tested automatically and still need your human eye. For example, using colors as a positive or negative and stuff like this. So you will have also all the recommendation over there that you can go over and fix in your site. It's available in all editor, in Wix editor, in Studio editor, and also.
I like this. This is nice. Yeah, someone said. I am just curious though. I know it's only been a month. They're saying this will only do the website content accessibility guidelines 2.2. When we know that everything is starting to move towards ARIA in this. So my curiosity is, when is the next time they're going to touch this to update the accessibility wizard? That's my main concern. And outside of, at one point in time, she said something about the colors are still up to you. It's like, wait, so it doesn't have a color contrast tracker to try to say that 5 times fast. A color contrast tester to see, oh, this is not meaning this. That's a basic guideline that you can do. But yeah, that's interesting.
So, from this week in Wix Harmony. So, small video of how it looks like.
Okay.
This is in Studio. You can reach it from there. It's the Wix Accessibility Wizard. It opens and you can just click scan. And what it does, it really goes over all your website pages and scan them for all the issues that we find.
That
And
was a
then you
choice
can
to
see
choose.
we cover also verticals, also page type.
That was the choice to choose one with 21 pages because that is taking a minute and you can tell that she's upset that it's taking so long to load.
So if you have a store, we will also give you a recommendation for the product pages. And you can see from here the issues that you have. For example, here it's the heading structure that is very important for screen readers. So you can fix it right from the panel. You don't need to go to the editor and change it. You can fix it right from here. It gives you all the indication.
You don't have to go into the editor to fix it, but you have to have this system already in place because I know some people don't have this information or knowledge, but you look and see she's clicking on header 2, this. So you have to basically already know what system you're using to design this person's website. This is more for a designer slash developer than for a small business owner to worry about. Unless the small business owner is like, I don't really like this tech. But it's also very important for us at the beginning to get that concept of what you like and what you don't like so we can avoid doing things that we don't like. Oh, the order now button is a good example of contrast issues because that is yellow on orange and you can barely see the order now. Okay, I'm going to let her finish.
What needs to be fixed. Here you can fix all the alt text tags. You can generate it with AI at once, and it will create all the alt text for the missing images that you had.
Just letting you know, I think that's good use of AI because I have issues describing what something looks like to someone. Okay, that looks like a plate of spaghetti and meatballs with red peppers and green peppers. What type of meat? I don't know. Chicken, turkey. It's all mashed up to me for the food. And then, yeah. I just wanted to say that is a good use for AI.
And also color contrast. It's very important for screen for accessibility. We will show you the colors that you're using, and you can just play with the scale here until you reach the right color contrast according to Wake Up 2.2. Just click apply.
And I'll say she answered my question right there. They do have a color contrast tracker. Color contrast checker is what they have. And she did say that. So I do just want to reiterate. They do have it. It just wasn't, my brain didn't connect that earlier.
And you're done. So in that kind of easy experience, you can fix all your accessibility issues on your site.
I don't think that's all of them, but most of them.
So let's talk about what we're going to do in 2026 or what we already did. Krista, you want to take this?
Yeah, so this week we announced.
Oh, it's vibe coding. I need to ask some developers about their thoughts and feelings behind vibe coding and if it's truly helpful or not. Oh, and that's confusing because I think its name is ARIA, which stands for something completely different for designers. Okay, I'm going to Hirsch, listen, and learn. We got 5 minutes left, so.
Wix Harmony, which is our new vibe coding meets drag and drop freedom platform. So this is a tool that allows you to build websites alongside a area, which is an agentic assistant, which will help you create pages and things. I've sort of been working on a site on this. I've really been enjoying it. and it's really great. And within this, it has some slightly different SEO features. I've had a couple of people ask, like, are these SEO features available on Wix and Wix Studio? And for all of the stuff we shared before, yes, everything is available. Everything that's available on Wix is also available on Wix Studio. But for Harmony, there's a couple of little differences. So the main part of Harmony is that it's got this panel as you build and as you create, and it helps you optimize. And so this is Aria, and Aria, you ask Aria to do stuff, and it will help you move things around, and then you can get in there and you can adjust things as you wish as well. So that's super useful. With SEO with Harmony, there's a slightly different experience from what we've seen before.
Sure, I can explain about what's going on here. So in Wix Harmony, we kind of took the SEO and all the abilities that we have in separate tools and kind of combine them together. So you will have kind of a wizard in Harmony in the editor, and it's right now it's built from three different parts. There's a setup part when we ask you stuff about your site. We assume a lot of things, we know a lot of things about your site, but we also want you to answer. For example, where do you offer your service? Are you a local business? Are you online business, or both? Because this information will help us when we move forward, when we do AI optimization for you. So that's the setup. The second part is the pages optimization part. Can you click again? So you will see here all your pages, and another click, just go with the clicks. All your pages with the tasks that you need to complete. And inside each page, you will have, I just click more clicks.
Oh, sorry, too many clicks.
Yeah. So inside the page optimization, you will see each page. You can add your keyword, and later on I will explain about the AI optimization experience. And you can just go over all the steps and optimize your page. And the third part is the connect to search engine. You can connect from here to Google, to Bing, like we mentioned before, to Google Business Profile, and just like stream your website all over the place. So this is the experience, the basic experience. What we introduced here is also a new AI experience. Again, like kind of similar to what I explained about Clio, the AI marketing agent. Also here we use AI brain. We scan your site, we analyze it, we know how to match the right keywords to the right pages, and give you already AI recommendations. So you really don't need to do anything, just approve the AI recommendation that we offer for you. And one thing important to say is that in Harmony, you still have in the Business Manager, you still have the SEO and GEO dashboard. Everything is still available. There's one small change, the SEO setup checklist. If you know the SEO setup checklist, it's like kind of our flag product that kind of guides you what you need to do in order to optimize your pages. What we did in Harmony is take the SEO setup checklist and put it in the editor. So you are in the right context when you're optimizing your editor pages. You are there, you can.
And we are at our last minute, so I'm going to use this as a wrap up. So far, what has been covered is search engine optimization, generative engine optimization, which are basically both tools that are going to lead people to your website when they're looking for a solution to their problem. Avi with Lemmy covered how the AI tools can be used and how you can train the learning language models that are out there. He kept saying ChatGPT, but again, don't forget there is Claude, there is Copilot, and there is Gemini to be able to use that stuff. And just now they showed basically how you could take the generative, how you can use Wix Harmony to vibe code your website, which it piques my interest. I just want to know how much creativity Rain has, because do you go through Wix Harmony and you try to design a website and then you have to come back later to do the accessibility check, or is that stuff built in? And at that, we are at time. We only made it to 33 minutes and 50 seconds. I know tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday. I was not planning to stream. I might stream tomorrow. We'll have to see. If I do, it'll probably be 30 minutes and we'll get through another 15 minutes worth of this, because apparently I'm just chatting in between and having my thoughts. But overall, a good webinar. I like the features that have been listed. Again, I guess if nothing else, the one thing to echo through this whole entire webinar thus far is remember artificial intelligence is a tool for efficiency and accessibility. I am not for generative AI to replace the minds and thoughts of humans. That so far seems to be my standpoint that I've come to. But, anyways, I want to thank you all if you have tuned in for the past hour, and I'll see you sometime later. Bye bye for now. As I awkwardly scroll. Have a good night. Bye.
You, just you, building your app on Base 44.